It's difficult. I completely understand you. It's super difficult to have conviction in crypto, keep in the markets, keep hodling when clearly market sentiment has absolutely capitulated. In fact, the amount of interest in the term cryptocurrency and Bitcoin has almost come down to levels that we've not seen since the bear market in 2023. And during a time like this where nobody seems to care about crypto, I know it gets super hard to have faith. I know it gets super hard to have conviction in the markets to see things like altcoin season that feels like it's been just a pursuit. Like the pursuit of happiness, it's about the journey, but you never really reach the end goal. I know that's what it feels like. I know it feels like Bitcoin is topping out, but in this video, I'm going to try my best to show you why I don't think that that's the case yet, why I think it's still very important to have conviction in the markets. And if you can destroy the like button, it's going to help this video get pushed to all those people that are on the edge of giving up in crypto and even switching industries to things like AI. So make sure to destroy the like button. In this video, I'm going to try and explain why I think there's still one more leg to the upside for Bitcoin left to go, why I still think altcoin season is on the table, and we'll even go into the short-term time frame and explore the Sunday pump. Today's a Sunday. There's a small Sunday pump. I want to go into what I think will happen next in crypto going into next week and market open tomorrow. So guys, look, I've been in crypto for a long time. I've been doing crypto for a tremendously long amount of time, for me at least. I've been in this industry since I was 12 and now I'm 18 years old. I've been making videos about crypto for the past 4 years, which is unbelievable. Like I've been here a while, and believe me, in the YouTube game, staying consistent is all that matters. I've made 758 videos. I've been on the Moon Show. I've made, I think, about 350 live streams. So I can comfortably say that I've made over 1,000 pieces of long form content talking to the wonderful crypto kids and Moonwalker community about this industry. And I know it gets tough sometimes. Like today's a day where not much is happening, but I'm still here trying to put out content and trying to hopefully inspire some of you to not lose conviction in the markets. And it gets tough. I know it gets tough. I've been there. I'm there quite often. But believe me, it's just the cycles. It's just the market cycles. We've not seen altcoin season. Most people care about altcoin season. In fact, most crypto holders don't even own Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as a matter of fact, has gone up by 8x since the bottom of this cycle. But most people only hold altcoins, and I can understand why Bitcoin's gains don't really reflect on people's excitement in the cryptocurrency industry, because they don't really hold Bitcoin. They're mostly in Ethereum and the rest of the altcoin market. But Bitcoin is very important. So is the sentiment in determining when altcoin season is going to arrive. There's a very clear trend over the past 2 cycles that Bitcoin has followed on the 12-month chart. Each of these candles on this chart, they represent one entire year. And you can clearly see that starting from 2015, there's always been, 2015, you always go up for 3 candles, so 3 years it's always up. And then on the 4th candle, it's always a year that leads to a downside move. That's also been the case in the prior cycle, so 3 candles up, 1 year down, and now in this cycle, we're coming to the end of the 3rd candle. Believe it or not, 2025 is coming to an end in just 3 months and 4 days time. And as soon as this candle is over, 2026 will likely start off bullish, but I think there's a very good chance that we end bearish in 2026. It's just the Bitcoin cycles. We're in diminishing returns, so the curve, it flattens every single time, every single cycle. There is a flattening of the curve. And there will be an extension of that curve at some point. I just think that cycle will likely be the next cycle. And this time around, we will also, I think, repeat what has happened in the prior 2 cycles and receive a red candle in 2026. Let's not go into too much doom and gloom yet, because the good news is there's still 3 months left of this current green candle. And the place where altcoin season kicks in is exactly in these final 3 months. September historically is always the worst month for crypto. In fact, for Bitcoin, September has the only negative returns throughout the whole other 11 months within a singular year. So it's normal for markets to not do much in the month of September. but beginning of October, Moonvember, Pumptober, Moonvember, these 2 months are always the best months for crypto. So for people considering to leave, for people that are bored, I get it. It's just normal September price action, and people have clearly capitulated in their interest in crypto. But don't forget, October, November, Q4 in general, in a post-halving cycle or post-halving year, that is always the time where most amount of the gains are made, which means that you have to prepare from today, from September, to be able to buy the dip on altcoins that we think will likely do well because of ETFs, because of other factors. But for example, Dogecoin, I think, is in a fantastic buy the dip opportunity. Why Dogecoin? Dogecoin is going to be receiving some pretty good ETF soon. I'm going to be re-interviewing the legend, Eric Balchunas, who's been following the ETF industry for crypto specifically and reporting it since 2023 and has done an incredible job in doing so. I've had the pleasure of having him on my channel a few months ago in Token 2049 in Dubai when he came to the Bloomberg office. And I will be interviewing him regarding the upcoming altcoin ETFs after Token 2049 in Singapore, so stay tuned. But Dogecoin is one of those coins that's going to receive institutional adoption thanks to its ETFs. Dogecoin is the GOAT of all meme coins. It's been the OG. And OG meme coins, or OG anything in crypto, they always stay. Look at CryptoPunks. They're still doing fine. Their value is still holding fine. Bitcoin is the OG cryptocurrency. Dogecoin is the OG meme coin. It's also a cryptocurrency, but there's a subcategory. It's the OG meme coin, and you don't need so many sophisticated factors to measure what's going to perform well in altcoin season, because usually everything just sort of does well during that period. But in this cycle, we're trying to be a bit more cautious and specifically focus on things that have utility, things that have been around for a while, and things that will be getting institutional capital potentially flowing into them. And I think Doge is a very good candidate. In the last time that the consumer sentiment for cryptocurrency spiked, that was recently the December-November months, post-President Trump's victory in the elections. We got the Trump meme coin. You can clearly see that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, they saw a tremendous move to the upside in user interest. And during that time, that's this cycle, the price of Dogecoin actually went to the 0.48 territory. So when real altcoin season comes around, when we get the Dogecoin ETFs from the larger issuers, I really don't see any reason for us to not go above 48 cents. And I actually think that $1 is possible for Dogecoin before we end off this cycle. Solana is another one. We're at very important support. We have to hold it. I think there's a chance that Solana actually comes down a little bit more into the mid $100 ranges. And I do have a bot on Pinex for Solana to be buying that dip. I'll leave that bot linked right below the Pinex link in the description. So it's going to be below that Pinex link. There will be a Solana bot for anybody that wants to be accumulating Solana right under the Pinex link. And I think Solana can come down, but if you look into the macro landscape, I think we can see a $500 Solana before the end of altcoin season and this cycle, given the huge macro cup and handle bullish pattern you have. Bitcoin had a beautiful macro inverse head and shoulder and also a cup and handle. If you forget about the inverse head and shoulder and you focus on just the cup and handle, this cup and handle led to a massive move to the upside for Bitcoin. And I really believe that Solana is going to do the same thing. There's always a lag between Bitcoin's price action and altcoins. Ethereum leads after Bitcoin, so there's always a delay in the transfer of capital. I think Solana is going to be coming in after Ethereum produces its gains, and I think Ethereum can go to $8,000, but Solana is definitely on my radar in terms of an altcoin. Then you have things like Cardano. In this specific cycle, so not the previous cycle, you can see there was a huge breakout from this descending trend line, and Cardano went up 270%. As soon as we can break above this trend line, I think Cardano will repeat that and potentially head towards new all-time highs. So another altcoin that I'm buying, and you guys know these altcoins, so I won't get into it in tremendous detail, but I just believe the best part, the most profitable part of this cycle is coming in, and it's going to happen in the next 3 months' time. I think Q1 of 2026 is also going to be quite good, but I think most of the gains are going to be produced within this final 12-month candle. When everybody leaves crypto, and I need to start exercising more because I can't hold the phone, it looks like without my muscles getting tired, but I just think when everybody's outside of the markets, that's the best time to be accumulating. And currently, based off of Google Trends, nobody cares. And when nobody cares, even though if it's hard to stay consistent and to have conviction, I am here, I'm still buying, I'm keeping all my positions, and I know that we're good supports. When you go to the daily time frame, you're trading at very good supports, and I'm not selling at good support. That's just simply not what I do. On the shorter term timeframes for Bitcoin, it's important that on the 1 hourly, we do not break below that current daily support which we're trading at, which is the 108.5 area. If you zoom into the 1 hourly time frame, there is a small Sunday pump. I don't like Sunday pumps. There's a semi gap around this area, so we will likely fill that going into tomorrow's market open. I'm not a fan of these Sunday pumps, but I just need to look in the macro here to give a better answer to you on what I think will happen next for Bitcoin. And the fact is, Bitcoin is trading at a very important support. If we are to lose that level in the mid 107s, then you guys know things are not going to look pretty. But I just know that Pumptober is coming. It's only a few days away, 4 days away. Then you have Moonvember. On the daily, we're still at good support, so I'm not losing hope. I think Bitcoin can still see one more leg to the upside before we end off the bull markets. Ethereum looks so interesting. I think Ethereum can do another 2x from where it is today, which is $4,000. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, those altcoins I mentioned is making up the majority of my portfolio. And then when we get into microcap season, that's known as Banana Zone, then we will have other interesting opportunities that I'll be sharing on my channel, which can potentially give us maybe 20x, 25x, who knows? That time will come though. I think that part's where everybody is waiting for it. It's going to happen. It's herd mentality. People are already positioning their capital to wait and see that altcoin season happening. And you can see that there's money in the markets to produce such microcap season. Look at Aster, look at all of these coins that have launched recently and have done incredibly well. I think there's enough money in the markets to see microcap season, midcap season. I think it's around the corner and it's just a matter of waiting, being patient, hodling, and the next 3 months to 4 to 5 to even 6 months are going to be quite profitable. And in short, I don't think this is a time to quit. I know it's difficult, but please, please, please stay strong. And I think our patience and our consistency is going to pay off. Final word, if you feel down, please try and go to crypto conferences. Token 2049 next week is going to be amazing to be around like-minded people, to see the innovation, to see that there is so much exciting stuff happening, which you tend to miss if you're just on your computer alone. So conferences in crypto is amazing to meet new people, understand that you're not alone, and see all the exciting things that are happening in our industry. So Token 2049 next week in Singapore is going to be fantastic. So many conferences happening in Dubai all the way until the end of the year. So try and pick good conferences. Bitcoin Amsterdam is good. Token 2049 is good. Bitcoin MENA is good. All of these conferences will remind you why we're in crypto, why things are exciting, why this is just the beginning, and why future cycles, if you can stay for future cycles, why you can build literal life-changing or generational money as they call it. And that happens when you're here for more than one cycle. So guys, hopefully that was a little bit motivating. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. And as always, see you guys tomorrow on a Monday update. Take care and bye-bye.